Let's build a combat robot. We're gonna need the right tools like, this X-Acto knife. I think that'll be all I need. Now what building material should we use? Something strong like titanium, garolite, aluminum, UHMW? Wait a minute. Foam board. Perfect! This is Guava Moment, and let's build a robot out of foam board. So I want to take just a minute to talk about my most recent antweight fight and why I haven't built a 1-pound robot in years. This is Mango Minute, a robot built very quickly out of parts I had just lying around. It has a hardened spring steel front wedge instead of a weapon. The plan was for it to be an indestructible brick that didn't need any maintenance. I'm fighting the Snip, a robot with a small vertical spinner. Let's see how this goes.
This thing is squirrely at the best of times, but a hard hit from the Snip.
Okay, so I broke a motor shaft there, but that's to be somewhat expected with exposed wheels.
In that one wheel and the whole rest of the robot, he can still actually move around the arena like that. And he's not giving up. The Snip is going to try and line up a good hit here. He wants to toss him over the wall. And now he's going, oh, wait a minute, he's just a little bit too far over. Hard hit up against the wall.
Okay, so both shafts are broken off, but I mean, that's the worst damage I can possibly take, right?
Hit it again. Mango is very much stuck. Oh, a good one. Tosses the crowd. Okay, we're done. Electronics are coming out. Definitely successful.
I had to tap out here. Look at Jonathan's face to see why. An antweight robot should not have been able to do this. This was some of the best armor I could have used, and it didn't matter one bit. So why have armor? Use foam! Build a silly meme robot. A third silly meme robot. I'm taking inspiration from the Crave Monster build guide, a link in the description. The Crave Monster has some brilliant ideas in its construction, but I have a few improvements I think I can make. The first being the whole cereal box theme. A piece of foam board weighs 22 grams. The same size piece of cereal box weighs 13 grams. How about a piece of cardstock? 7 grams. So the piece of foam board is only a little heavier, but significantly stronger. So instead of a cereal box, I'm just going to use foam board for everything. I start by cutting out a bunch of 3/4 inch wide strips. A sharp knife and a straight edge really help with this part, and it takes a few passes to get through all of the foam and paper layers. With a bunch of strips cut, now time for the glue. It's moisture activated or cured or something, so you have to dampen your pieces before you glue them apparently. This glue also expands slightly, so you need to clamp the pieces together or weigh them down with something heavy. The foam board is 1/8 of an inch thick, so what I've made are 1/4 inch by 3/4 inch sticks that are extremely light and surprisingly strong. Now that I've cut out a base plate, it's time to glue the side sticks on. Since the glue expands, you'll have to trim off little bits to keep things flush. Spot the moment where I realize I wet the wrong side of the frame. The side rail is glued and clamped on now. It's too long right now, but that's easily fixable by cutting off excess pieces in the future. Time to glue the other side. I make the bend in the rail by simply bending the side rail. If only building a metal or plastic robot was this easy. So this robot has been a really fun project to build because it didn't feel like building a robot, it felt like an arts and crafts project. And it's really fun to think about this thing fighting some fancy CNC machined, perfectly engineered robot. With this last piece, I have a space in the back of the robot to fill with most of the electronics. I'm not too worried about a horizontal blade cutting into this area, because to do so a robot would have to already be in the mouth of the robot, which is kind of the last place my opponent wants to be. Speaking of which, this is the piece I will be using as the top of the mouth. Before I glue it together, I want to show off this piece here. It's a 3D printed carbon fiber nylon arm. It's very strong, but still has some bend to it. The flexibility of it will hopefully absorb some blows. I designed it in SolidWorks, and I found a local guy to 3D print it for me for pretty cheap. I didn't have the Abyss logo show up very well because I'm new to 3D printing and modeling, but, well, the thought is there. So here's what most of the frame looks like. Now we just need to add the robot-y parts. I'm using 4 30-to-1 N20 motors held in with this little bracket here. This little Garolite piece goes underneath so I can screw everything together strongly. FingerTech tiny ESCs have all been soldered together, so I can now show off the 4 drive motors. Should give lots of pushing power, and I have rear Omni wheels. Omni wheels have very little side-to-side rolling resistance. That means that the robot turns about a point between the front 2 wheels instead of a point more in the center of the robot. By turning around the front, it'll be easier to flank other robots. This was something I thought the Crave Monster was seriously lacking in. I still have to glue on some more panels, glue the top on, glue the servo in, but it's coming along. The competition was rapidly approaching, so I've had to skip some of the more tedious steps like adding the front wedgie bits, and I didn't show up the soldering. Sorry about that. It's really quite easy, and there are lots of other robot building videos to help anyone that needs to see that part. The Abyss, however, does have one trick up its sleeve, though. The vast majority of servos only have 60 degrees of rotation. I have 270, which allows me to pull off that trick. I can scoop up enemies and eject them out of the arena. Obviously it means I can also self-right, something the Crave Monster couldn't do. But at the end of the day, this robot is made out of paper, so what if it gets really badly damaged in a fight? How can I continue in a double elimination tournament if that happens? Second Abyss. This robot was actually so cheap to make, building 2 was quite reasonable. So I'm ready for the event. Let's see who my first opponent is. It's Master Chop, a FingerTech Viper kit robot with a small vertical spinner. The exact type of robot I built the Abyss to counter. Well, let's see the fight.
Oh, I've just been told this is made out of paper. We got a unique robot in there. And 4, 3, 2, 1, fight!
Well, that went absolutely perfectly. I got under Master Chop and delivered him to the push-out. I mean, robot combat never goes perfectly to plan. It's kind of shocking, honestly.
Okay, I'm assessing the damage after the Master Chop fight. It's actually pretty minimal. The only real damage... you can see there's a little chop in the top right here, and then a little mark right up here, but that seems to be about it. So I saw lots of black stuff flying out. I was getting pretty worried, but it was just really this one little chop here. So other than that, good to go.
My next fight is against Steamed Hams, a robot consistently winning first places at these events. If I can get under him, I think I win. Against a drum, I don't think I'll suffer too much damage. Let's see how it goes.
So here's the thing, my battery's out.
And that is the end of the match. That is a tap out. And the win goes to Steamed Hams.
So to explain, this hit right here dislodged the battery panel, and then this hit here ejected my battery. You can see it right here. There's a safety rule that if your battery is exposed, you lose the fight. So I noticed this before anyone else. I tried driving out to the push-out in the fight, then I tried telling the refs, and then, oh yeah, I remembered the tap-out button. It's unfortunate, but I don't think I was winning this fight. Steamed Hams has too many magnets, and it was going to be really hard to get underneath him. However, it is a double elimination tournament, so my next fight is against Kitbot. It doesn't have any spinning weapons, but it also has a lot of magnets on the bottom.
2, 1, fight. And the Abyss moves in the middle there. Kitbot evades him. Oh, Kitbot's pushing. You got a pin on the Abyss there. You can pin for 10 seconds. Kitbot is going to take that advantage of that 10 seconds. He's going to kill the Abyss, and he does. Kitbot seems to be winning the low ground game there. He's getting under the Abyss there, and that's not what the Abyss wants. The Abyss, the Abyss flips over, flips his jaws wide open there. Trying to get off the top of Kitbot there. It looks like it's stuck on there. Oh, and he manages to get himself free. Kitbot getting behind, pushing the Abyss into the wall there, getting underneath him. Trying to pin him against the wall. They're doing a little robot dance here on the side of the arena. Abyss is trying to get free. He seems to be caught on Kitbot's little arm on the top there. But he's trying to get free using his big jaws. But, he does. But Kitbot is right underneath him there. Kitbot's trying to push the Abyss out into his own push out. He pins him on the side here. And Kitbot getting underneath the Abyss again. Hitting him in the corner. The Abyss trying to get free. Trying to get away from Kitbot there, but Kitbot is still underneath him. Oh, the Abyss trying to eat Kitbot there. Kitbot's still underneath there. He still manages to put the Abyss over, but the Abyss has those nice big jaws to flip himself back around. And he's trying to get loose again. And Kitbot still getting underneath him and just pushing the Abyss around the box there. Kitbot doing another little dance there in the middle of the arena. Kitbot trying to get underneath again. And he does, and he pushes him into the side.
1 minute left!
We got 1 minute left in the fight here. Kitbot getting the Abyss getting, I think the Abyss is trying to taunt Kitbot a little bit there, getting close to that push out. Kitbot manages to get under the side there, and then into the front of the Abyss. He manages to pin him. The Abyss trying to get free.
Okay, well, I think we can all see where this is going. I can't get under Kitbot, but at least he's having a hard time pushing me out. Curtis, the one driving Kitbot, he's one of the best drivers in the entire sport, so there's really no shame to losing to him like this. Kitbot ended up winning second place in the whole tournament, with Steamed Hams getting first place, so there's also no shame losing to the first and second place robots.
Get free though.
10, 9, 8.
Curtis delivers a little surprise at the end of this fight, though. This was unscripted and I didn't know what was going to happen.
2, 1, and that is the end of the fight. This will go to a judge's decision. And the winner is Kitbot. And just to show off, the Abyss has eaten Kitbot and is now going to spit him out in the push out. Goodbye. We saw the Abyss do this yesterday with one of Curtis's other robots, Master Shop. So this is going to be.
But wait, there's still the Rumble to be had. Let's watch that one.
We will start the match in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fight! Alright, it's just chaos in here. I'm going to try and announce. I'm looking at the blue stand corner at the moment. There's just like a lot of robots pushing together. The main core is pushing against trying to lift somebody there. The Abyss is trying to get somebody out there in the push out. Oh, we've got a team up there. Some people are trying to push the Abyss out there, but the Abyss stays in. And there we go. He's trying to get somebody out there. I'm not sure who that was. Oh, the Abyss is trying to get the big core is attacking Alien King there for a second there. Oh, it's just complete another chaos in there. I don't even know where to look. Ah, the Abyss is attacking like little robots over there on the side there. Oh, he's chopping on Flamingo. He's eating the frail, it looks like. Yeah, he's got the frail there. He's still in now. If he gets popped up in the air there by small blender. steamed hams and alien pigeon around, and I can't see who that is over there. Pushed out. We've got a whole bunch of bots out on either side there. It's getting awfully clogged, so it might be a little more challenging to get some of these final robots out here. Ringo is still trying to peck people, even though he's out. Oh, the Abyss has 2 robots in his jaws here. And he's dragging them around the arena. Carbon 453 appears to have no movement whatsoever. The Abyss is trying to chomp away at the bots. Oh, the Abyss lets Sandport go. Sandport pushes Disney to the court here. Oh, and the Abyss gets that small bladder in his jaws there. And he's pushing them out. He's pushing them out towards the push up there. He's trying to get them out. Ah, not quite though. We have 2:35 left in this fight, so we still got a lot of time left. I think this is off the wheel out there. Small bladder hits the wall there. Sadpour is taking on the Abyss. Also, small bladder manages to hit the Abyss against the wall there, but the Abyss gets free. On the side there, there's a whole bunch of robots fighting away there. Looks like Foxtrot's lifter is damaged.
Battery.
Oh, we got a battery. We've still got some action going on here. Small bladder seems to be the only one with his weapon still running. Sadpour is trying to push him, though, into the sides there. Oh no, Carbon.
So with me sitting in the corner and the rumble winding down, just a quick verbal recap of what happened. At the beginning, Sandpour wanted a piece of me really badly right off the bat and drove into my mouth before I could even process what was happening. I tried to eject him to the push-out, but interference from other robots was making it difficult and dangerous since I could get pushed out myself. After kind of letting him go, I decided I want a piece of flamingo and bit him a couple times. Master Chop ended up in my mouth again, and I decided to hold on to him just a little bit too long because A, I wanted to assert my dominance, and B, there are no pinning rules in rumbles. After that, it turned out I could grab and carry 2 robots at once, and I did that a couple of times. The 1-pound fingertech beater bar robot ended up hitting me in the Velcro battery panel part again, and my battery popped out again shortly after. So while it's not exactly a rule, rumble etiquette in this scenario is to save yourself and stop fighting. So I was very encouraged at how well the Abyss did against non-magneted robots, even 2 at once sometimes. So I think this actually is a viable design and a gimmick robot. But now for the end of the rumble.
Dizzy is still moving. Dizzy getting popped up against my small bladder popping up. We got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of the fight! Now who won? I don't know.
Also, the Abyss is moving.
Well, he's just got his battery out, so that's why he moved to the back there, was to protect his battery to keep the other robots from
Because technically, if the battery comes out, you're supposed to stop the match.
So even though I only went 1 and 2, there was a Builder's Choice Award. Every builder gets to vote for a robot who deserves recognition for whatever reason they see fit, and, well, the Abyss ran away with it. The damage sustained over the entire tournament is rather minor. Most of these cuts are from steamed hams. This one's pretty big, but none went through more than half of the foam board. Master Chop made a bigger gouge from the rumble in the exact same spot as before, but I could fight again with this frame right now if I had to. The Abyss only really needs a few upgrades for the future, too. So hopefully we'll see the Abyss again in a future tournament. This has been Guava Moment. Feedback on this video is much appreciated. Thanks for watching.